during my masters, uh, I just paid 1 year of my fees in my 2 year
Oh, okay.
education. I will tell
Wow.
you how.
Yeah, please.
There's a lot of scholarships that are. The pay is also very good. I have repaid my loan in just 1 year after starting my work. So
This is what we say, Vasant. This is what we say. Smart students spend less.
Didn't even realize that there is a much bigger market than Germany in Czech Republic, because all the tier one suppliers, there are very certain OEMs and lot of multinational companies are located in Czech Republic. There are a lot of manufacturing units which are supplying to the German manufacturers from Czech Republic.
Yeah.
And there is a very good fact that Czech Republic has the lowest unemployment rate in Europe, which is 2.6%.
Yes.
I think Czech Republic tops the list for continuously for almost. I think this course, very few universities in Europe offer this selected course. And I think Ostrava is one of the best places to study this course. Coming to Europe Study Center is another decision, I think, which I.
Hello, everybody. Welcome, all of you. Today, one more episode of student interviews. My name is Shivaraman, Director of Europe Study Center. Today, we are going to interview our student Vasant Kumar, who studied in Czech Republic and currently working in Czech Republic. Hello, Vasant. Welcome to the show.
Hello, sir. Thanks for inviting me.
Yes.
I'm very glad that I've joined this show.
Yes, we should only thank you actually to in between your busy schedules to accommodate time for us and accept our request to do this interview. Yes. We can just start the episode with introducing yourself, Vasant, to our audience.
Yes, sir. Sure, definitely. So my name is Vasant Kumar. I joined the course of industrial engineering in the University of Technical University of Ostrava, which is located in Czech Republic. I think many of them do not know Czech Republic quite well, but I think one of the best decisions I've made in my life is to come to Czech Republic because of various factors. I'll tell you why. There are a lot of factors here which has
we will go one by one. Yes,
one by one.
Yes, Vasant, we will go one by one.
After completing my bachelor's in India in automobile engineering, I decided that I want to do my master's where I focus mainly on the management side of things, and I wanted to get into the management side of things. That's why I was very keen on selecting industrial engineering as a course. I think this course, very few universities in Europe offer this selected course. And I think Ostrava is one of the best places to study this course. Coming to Europe Study Center is another decision, I think, which I made, which was a key decision making as part of my journey to Czech Republic. They helped me through all the process, entire starting from the stage one, from the selection of my course to the university, suggesting various options, telling us why you have to go here, why not here, because I was very keen on moving to Poland, but later I understood that there can be a lot of hassles in getting your visa because each country has its own visa process rules and regulations, even though it's a Schengen territory. So starting from selection of university course, then going through all the documents, I think I had a hassle-free process, I would say. Europe Study Center was very supportive in guiding me through all the process, and they were very transparent as well. There are certain places where I felt the transparency was the key because constant communication. See, there are a lot of scams are also happening in this side of the industry and business, and people are very
only scams, Vasant. Only scams. See, you studied in Czech. You know it's amazing. Why nobody else is promoting Czech Republic other than Europe Study Center? Nobody will promote.
I know. I don't know why, because
simple reason, Manoj. Sorry, Vasant. Any university which doesn't pay commissions. Please understand. Okay. None of the agents and consultants will not promote that country. Not only not promoting it, they will degrade the country. You understand my point? Whereas entire Schengen countries, top public universities, they don't have the concept of paying commission to the agents because the tuition fees is either free or very less. You understand my point? If the focus is given to education, high quality of education, which will be beneficial for the students. That is why you see all agents, consultants promoting US, UK, Australia, Canada, New Zealand. This is the prime reason, Vasant. And do they promote the top universities in these countries? No. They promote the chota mota universities in these countries. And end of the day, who gets affected?
It's the students who get
ultimately. Yes. So let's start with your let's start with your journey of your bachelor's. Where you studied. How was the education when you compare it with your studies in Czech Republic?
Definitely, sir. I can give you, I think, a retrospective view because I did my bachelor's in Bangalore in New Horizon College of Engineering. My batch was from 2015 to 19. I passed out in 2019. So when compared to the education system here and back in India, I think the practical part was very less. Where I would say, the practical application of the concepts, we would study loads of theoretical concepts. Whereas when it comes to the practical application, there would be, like one or two chances where we could practically apply those skills, such as, a practical internship or, I barely had any presentations in my bachelor degree where I could, theoretically understand the concept, practically apply it in some places and then try to explain it to my co-colleagues or my co-students, or, go through a case study and understand what kind of principles are being used in a day-to-day working environment. I think I remember one or two occasions where I did an SAP course, which was an integrated lab in my college where SAP had an integrated lab, and I studied like four to five modules, which was a practical hands-on experience which I got. I think apart from that, I don't know. I no, apart from that, there was nothing else which we did practical. Obviously, there are practical labs, but those comes with a fixed syllabus where you learn a certain things, but you never end up applying those things in your day-to-day life. So, whereas when you come to Czech Republic, everything you do is practical. 95% of your studies is practical. Nothing is theoretical. Obviously, your professor is going to tell you the concepts, but you have to make your own efforts to understand the concept, practically apply it, and then prepare a project. And it is not like you are being evaluated only on the day of your exams. Exams are nothing here. Exams are just for 30 minutes, 40 minutes, at max 1 hour. I have written an exam for 1 hour at max, and there are only 3 or 4 questions. So you are going to be continuously evaluated throughout your semesters, starting from the day one till the last day of your semester, where you will be engaging in the class. Attendance will be a key part, classroom interactions, as well as your projects, your thesis. So there are various things that goes under the education system here. So I think people who are practically good at applying their skills will excel here, and they will find it like a walk in the park here. So basically, I know theory, we are brought up in a way that, uh, everything is theoretical for us, starting from our school days till even after graduating our bachelor's. We have come through the theoretical way of learning, but I think that would be the key part in adapting while you're moving to Europe, especially in the public universities, where every professor expects you to be very, very practical, even in your learning and in your application.
Wonderful. So after your bachelor's, once you decided to plan for your master's, before you coming to Europe Study Center, what were all the options in your mind, basically?
So,
which all countries, I mean?
Yeah. see, my primary focus was to go to Germany. I was, hitched towards moving to Germany, because I was from an automobile background. I actually didn't even realize that there is a much bigger market than Germany in Czech Republic, because
Okay.
all the tier one suppliers, there are certain OEMs and lot of multinational companies are located in Czech Republic. There are a lot of manufacturing units which are supplying to the German manufacturers from Czech
Yeah.
Republic. And there is a very good fact that Czech Republic has the lowest unemployment rate in Europe, which is 2.6%.
Yes.
I think
Yes.
Czech Republic tops the list for continuously for almost a decade now. So for more than 10 years, Czech Republic has been on top of the list. That's why
Yeah.
I think it was my best decision to come to Czech
Yes.
Republic. I also have my
Yeah.
friends and co-colleagues who are in Germany, but they go through a lot of struggles, and there is a lot of bureaucracy
Yes,
and
because
local.
yes, Vasant, it's majorly because you know Germany is also a great country to study. Even I send hundreds and hundreds of students every year, but the competition is also more, right, comparatively.
Exactly. Yeah.
But whereas when you talk about Czech Republic, hardly they give us 70, 80 slots. That's all. That is
Yeah.
all the maximum number of students that we can always send. But again, you know, it all depends upon the student's profile, where he is eligible, where he is not eligible, and we give them the
Mm.
options without compromising the quality or the opportunities of the student. So how did you get convinced, when you were asking about Germany, and when we said for your profile Czech Republic is suitable or Germany is not suitable, so how did that go with you?
Sir, I was very clear that, I did my basic research. I was very clear that I had to get into public universities because I was not going to pay a lot of money in terms of tuition fees. So
Smart
I,
choice.
yeah.
Smart choice.
So and then I also decided that I will go to study industrial engineering. As I said, I picked my course first, and that was an advice given by I think the Europe Study Center counselors.
Yes.
Pick your course first, not the college, because see, everything revolves around your course that you are going to pick and not the university. So I
True.
picked up industrial engineering as a course, and then I had a list of colleges where I could apply. So
Universities.
one, yeah,
Universities,
list,
not
yeah,
colleges.
yeah, list of universities which I could apply. So then I decided, Germany. Obviously, I had only one or two options where I could get industrial engineering and the core subjects which I was planning to study, but it was way too competitive to get into Germany. Then I decided, no, I will stay closer to Germany and then look what are the best options closer to the Germany, because German is the biggest economy in the Central European region, right? So any country closer to Germany will obviously benefit from its economy. So that was my thought process back then. So then I decided that, okay, I will look at Czech Republic. How is Czech Republic? How is Slovakia? How is Poland? And then I got into surprise that when I started looking into Czech Republic, then there are a lot of positives coming out.
Yes.
And then I decided, okay, I did a little bit of research on the university as well. The university, Ostrava University, is also a very famous university in the Central European region. They are,
Yes.
I think, they were founded in some 18th century, so
Yes.
1890s, early 1890s. They are very famous in Czech Republic. So
Yes.
coming, I think having this background, I decided, okay, I thought this is the first priority that I'll go with TUO as the
Wonderful.
university.
Wonderful. At that time, when you decided TUO, you would have your
Yeah.
friends or your college juniors or seniors going to all these UK, Ireland, Australia, Canada, especially your department, automobile mechanical department. How did they react basically when you opted for Czech Republic?
Actually, to be frank, there were a lot of people asking me, Czech Republic, where is Czech Republic located? I was like, it's in the Central Europe, it's in the heart of Europe. So I was surprised that I was not surprised because I even didn't know before coming to Europe Study Center that I had an option like Czech Republic. If Europe Study Center wouldn't have told me, I think it would have taken some time for me to know about Czech Republic. So I was not surprised, but
Yes, yes.
people were advising me because they are driven by big names, big universities, and
Exactly. Now, how do you compare yourself with the other students who went to study in other countries, repaying their loan or came back to India without employment compared to you working in Czech Republic? How does this scenario currently look like?
Sir, I'm very very happy. I think I've understood. I have learned a lot of life lessons coming here.
Yes.
Starting from prioritizing your personal time. I think that's what Europe will teach you a lot. Yeah, that's exactly what Europe will teach you. So I think Czech Republic has one of the best labor laws. They are very labor friendly, and everything revolves around the labor department here. So you have a very friendly 8 hours, 5 day working policy. In certain MNCs, you get 7.5 hours of working time. So you have a flexible, mostly in most of the tier one manufacturers, MNCs, you have a hybrid model of working where you work for 2 or 3 days in office and 2 days from home. So
Wow.
which gives you this work-life balance. The pay is also very good. I have repaid my loan in just 1 year after starting my work.
This
So
is what we say, Vasant. This is what we say. Smart students spend less, learn more. But nowadays, you see what is happening in Chennai. People pay 7 lakhs for bachelors and 70,
yeah,
80 lakhs for their masters. 7 lakhs
yeah,
bachelors in a sense per year, plus 70, 80 lakhs for their masters. When to pay back this education loan? Not even able to pay back their interest, where we have Vasant, who studied in Czech, finished his studies on time, started working and repaid the education loan back to their banks without disturbing the parents. Really hats off to you, Vasant.
thank you, sir.
So happy to hear all those things. So when you compare your decision to Czech Republic, when other people, your friends would have gone to other countries. Now, what do they say
Yes,
about, what do they say to you right now?
so they actually, they felt that the decision making which I made was really good. I talked to a lot of my friends. My friends are there in US, Australia, Canada, UK, and even in Germany. I have a lot of friends there, where my colleagues from my bachelor's are located in these countries, and they are actually taken by a surprise that I could do so much good in this country, and whereas they didn't even have the knowledge or the exposure about this environment. And I had 3 or 4 friends visiting, and 3 or 4 friends who are about to visit next year to Czech Republic. And Prague is one of the most beautiful cities, so a lot of people don't
100%.
know. And
The number
if
two tourist spot, right, in Europe. Next to
yes,
Paris is
yes,
Prague, then followed by
yes,
Budapest, which many people do not know. If they don't know, it is not the problem of Czech Republic. It's actually their problem, not Czech Republic's
exactly.
problem.
Exactly. So coming here, they look at the infrastructure, they look at the facilities that we have, working culture, the pay scale, the overall expenses revolving around. I will give you a simple example, sir.
Please,
The
please,
one day pass in Paris, sorry, the one-way ticket or the 45-50 minute ticket in Paris is 20 euros in a metro train, whereas in 20 euros you get a 1 month pass in Czech Republic.
yes. And they're very student friendly also in many aspects.
Exactly. You get a lot of discounts for your international student identification card, which is called ISIC. As soon as you come in, if you're below 26, make sure every student, obviously the college will guide you through all the process. But if you have that card, I think you can travel at very, very cheap prices. There are a lot of all the trains offer discounts for the local uh, transport, even in the local city regions. Every city has its discount schemes for students. They have an annual package, they have a monthly package where you get a huge discount, 75%,
Yes,
60%, 50% discounted
yes.
prices. And I would also like to tell you one more thing, sir. I think it will be useful for a lot of students. During my
Please.
bachelor, during my masters, uh, I just paid 1 year of my fees in my 2 year
Oh, okay.
education. I will tell
Wow.
you how.
Yeah, please.
There's a lot of scholarships that are being awarded. So if you're aware and if you're constantly in touch with your professors and in your student departments in your universities, as soon as I came in, I got a COVID relief scholarship, and then I got my
Okay.
accommodation scholarship, which I applied from. I think the accommodation scholarship ESC helped me to apply
Yes,
from
yes, we
India.
apply. Yeah, we
So
apply. Yeah.
you get an accommodation scholarship where every 3 months you get 1 month of your accommodation fees back, and then you get. We had a because we were going through that COVID. We got a COVID relief scholarship because most of our education was in the first 2 semesters online. So they
Okay.
decided that they will give us some money back, and then we got
Mhm.
some. And then for maintaining meritorious results, you have a meritorious scholarship, so
Okay.
which is like 1 semester's fee. And then you have at the end of the year, if you graduate with good results, if you graduate with good percentile, and if you are awarded with best project, you get another, almost I would say a half a semester of fees as your reward while passing out. So all put together, if you see, I have earned more than what I paid in 1 year to the
I think,
college.
Vasan,
So,
we need to do a separate show on just for the scholarship sake alone, I guess. Really nice.
yeah,
Really nice. See, in the last Instagram reel also, which I published, I just differentiated between commercial education, non-commercial education. Commercial education, where our fathers pay the complete money required to run the university, whereas non-commercial institution, like the one that you studied, majority of the money comes through government funding and industrial projects. So it's
exactly,
always
sir.
beneficial for student to study in a non-commercial institutions. So
Yeah.
continuing with your process. So how did the process go at Europe Study Center?
Sir, it was very smooth. I think, as I said, it was very, very transparent. I was taken from stage one, stage two, stage three, stage four. I was clearly told what was my role in each stage and what would be done from the Europe Study Center side. And at every time I had a communication of what is my status of my application, or when can I expect my visa interview date, or when can I file my visa application, how long it is going to take, what is the best case scenario, what is the worst case scenarios. And there were a set of questions given to us before going to the visa interviews, which will help us prepare very well. If I'm right, there was 100 questions where we have to prepare, and I still remember most of the questions, I think. And I also when there are people contacting me, I tell them to go through all the things, because one key thing that the counselors want to know from you is whether you are really going to study there. That's the
Yeah.
intention that they are going to test during your visa interview. So I think this was all clearly communicated starting from day one till the last day of my application and the
Yes,
process in
Manoj.
the Europe Studies Center.
Yes,
So
Vasan.
I,
That is why even for the past 15 years, more than 95, 96% we maintain student as well as parent, you know, client success ratios. Basically, they are so happy. 95, 96% we were able to maintain the satisfaction ratio because of our constant, continuous efforts, and also with the support of the students and parents. So we should also thank you in supporting through this entire process to make it a very beautiful and a
no,
successful journey. Yeah.
it's my pleasure, sir. I think it's my pleasure.
Yes.
I
Wonderful.
have already recommended a lot of my friends, brothers, sisters who are
Thank
willing
you.
to go out and study to Europe
Thank you.
Study Center, fairly because the experience which I had was, as I said, it was the best decision I've made. I think one of the best decisions I've made in my career coming to
Thank you.
Europe. So I
Thank you so
think
much.
Europe Study Center played a very major role in that, because if not Europe Study Center, probably I would have been stuck in Germany or any other country.
You can
And
still
then
study in Germany and apply for jobs in Czech Republic. No problems, right?
yeah, no problems, no problems. Yeah, that is
But
there.
when you
But
have studied in UK or Australia or Canada, this is where the problem starts. Especially for a core engineering, the problems are even more compounding. That is where it is. Because a lot of students who studied in different countries are working in different countries right now.
yes, that is there. That is there. I personally know, people who studied in Latvia, Lithuania, and then Croatia. Certain people from Germany as well, Sweden. They are all working here in various
This is
different
the advantage of
corporates.
this is the advantage of studying in Czech Republic, because you can apply for jobs in all 27 countries, basically.
Exactly, sir. Exactly.
Yes. So then about Technical University of Ostrava, about few words about the university, professors, etc.
The Technical University of Ostrava, as I said, they are a very old university. They have very well-versed, experienced professors who are very practical, who guide you. It's two-way. When you are as a student very focused and very determined to do something, they also put their efforts to support you, guide you, and get you through these courses. But it has to be a two-way process. There will be no pushing from the professors from their side. It's because of the cultural differences that we have. See, it's not like India where professors will always be behind your back to make you do your work. It has to be a two-way process. But I
Yes.
think people who are coming here are matured enough to understand this, and they put their efforts. And I see 98% of the people graduate out from Technical University of Ostrava on time. So the
Perfect.
professors are very, very friendly. I think the courses are designed in such a way that, all the international students can adapt and learn easily. The curriculums, I think the lab facilities, the project thesis topics. I remember I did my thesis in Poland, but
Okay.
I was the one who was pushing my professors to give me a thesis topic, not from the university, because there are a lot of PhD or the postdoc professors who will have several topics under them, and
Yes.
they will give topics to their master students, and every student can choose a topic from one or two professors, and they can start working on their thesis in their final year. But I was the one who was pushing my professors to get a thesis topic from an industry or a company in their close network, such that once you do industry practical thesis, or practically applied thesis, that will help you a lot when you're going out into the labor market to find a job. See,
Yes.
it
Yes.
gives a confidence to your hiring manager that you can work in a Czech-based company. You have already proven it by doing your thesis or your internship in the 3 months or the 6 months tenure, and that will create high chances of getting you hired into a good company. So I pushed personally, and since I pushed, all my batchmates got the opportunity, but unfortunately, I had
Wow.
to go to Poland because I had a better thesis topic in Poland. So my
Okay. Okay.
professor also understood that. So as I
Yes.
told, the university is very friendly. They help you through every stage of
Yes.
the education. They can
If
guide
the
you
university
with.
is not friendly, I will not be promoting Technical University of Ostrava. Correct.
Yes,
Because
yes.
they need to support my students, they need to take care of them, assist them in all possible ways. So that's how the process goes. So just to add to the audience, so the medium of instruction is 100% English, right? So
Yes,
please
sir.
talk about that few points also.
The medium of instruction is 100% English. All the professors who are here can speak very good English. They
Super,
can
super.
teach you in
Yes.
very good English. I didn't even feel there was any language barrier during my study tenure of 2 years, because they're
This is
all
what
PhD
Vasant,
or
I say for
postdoc.
15 years basically. You don't have to learn any other languages. English is more than enough.
Yes, sir.
Then, yeah,
I haven't learned Czech yet, because Czech is one of the toughest dialects
I have
in
heard
the
about it.
world.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I haven't learned. I am in the process of learning Czech, but I know very few basic greeting words and other things. But I'm still doing very good here. See, language is not mandatory for
Great.
you to succeed here. I think
Great.
it's your skill set and it's your mindset that will help you
Yes.
succeed here.
Yes. Next, few words about the final state exam that you have to write in Czech Republic.
Okay, sir. I think this is a very different experience altogether when compared to the Indian way of education. State exam is something which I have never experienced before. You know, it's typically like a job interview where
Okay.
uh, it's to be precise. If people have watched Nanban movie, I think Jiva will be sitting in a wheelchair and giving an interview where there are a panel of 3 or 4 people shooting questions to him. That's exactly how the state exam happens. You have all your professors from the various departments. You have professors from the outside the universities, from Germany, from Slovakia, who are the subject matter experts. They are there, they look into our subject curriculums, and we get a set of curriculum to prepare for our state exams. We have to be prepared with all those curriculums. As soon as you walk in, you are given a sheet of paper and you have to pick a question from the lot where you will be writing the answers for those 2 questions. Once you are done, the paper is set aside, and then comes the practical question and Q&A session. It's like a one-to-one Q&A session where each professor will have his time, his topic of the subject, and then they'll be asking you the principles or the uh, I would say the subjects that you studied. Basically, there'll be very short questions. They would want to test whether you are able to understand the concept, whether you can practically apply it or not. This is the perspective of the professor who is sitting right in front of you. He's going to test this in each and every subject. And then you get time to do a presentation, which is just 9 minutes. You have to make sure you're going to present your 1 year work in 9 minutes and not more than 10 slides. So which means one slide where you neither have to be fast nor have to be quick. You have to make sure in the 9 minutes you go through all your points clearly, make them understand what you have done in your thesis, and then also make sure you finish it in time. Once that is done, then they're going to ask questions from your work in the thesis. So once this is done, as a team, they sit down together, they do the evaluation on spot. So it's not like you go back and then 1 week later you get your results. You get your results before you walk out of the room. So you know whether you have done well or you have to redo it. So
Wonderful.
that
So,
was a very good experience.
yeah, for Vasant, all these experiences, exposure in Czech Republic, etc., took you to a job which you are currently
Yes.
working right now. So please explain the transition, because many parents and students, they would love to hear about this transition from a student at Technical University of Ostrava to your workplace. So how did this all start and how did it happen? Please explain us.
Sir, there is also one more thing which I didn't mention during our
Yes.
conversation is that the college allows us to work as well as study, not like
Yeah.
India. If you are able to balance your work and your studies, you can mutually agree with your professor, and then you can parallelly work and then study. So I was very keen on getting into an internship into a company because I heard that from my seniors, once you get into an internship, it becomes very easy for you to crack into a job. So there was luckily Ostrava has an Indian founded startup which is called Dukan.com, and they
Okay.
hire all the best students from the they headhunt all the best students from the Technical University of Ostrava. And they provide internships, they provide part-time jobs, and they also give a lot of full-time roles to them. I was one of the headhunted guys. I was headhunted by the founder and then brought into the team to work in their procurement department to make sure I standardize all the processes, maintain supplier relationships, and work in the supply chain side of the business. Then I moved from procurement to project management, where I was given the responsibility of expanding their business units across Europe. So that's how I moved from Ostrava to Prague. In this process, I've traveled to multiple countries. I've traveled to Dubai, I've traveled to Germany, I've traveled to Italy, I've traveled to Netherlands, Slovakia, Austria, Poland. So my work gave me this opportunity to travel as well as learn. So now I have moved out from that company, and I have decided to um, move to a different company in Prague. Um, I'm starting from 2nd January. It's the same project manager role, but in a different segment of the industry. So I was working in the e-commerce industry. Now I'm moving to the manufacturing side, where I'm working with one of the biggest drug manufacturers in the world.
Wow.
So
So this is your second job after your studies.
Yes, sir. This is my second job. So I have
basically you got employed with the place where you did your internship and continued as a full-time job after your studies, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Now you are shifting towards a second job from an e-commerce to a manufacturing
role. Yes.
Wonderful. Very, very happy to know all these things, Vasant. Your journey back home. For example, your studies in Bangalore. From there, you choose Europe Study Center for your processing. Then going to Czech Republic and listening to all your achievements. It's like really, really happy to know, because why I thanked you at the beginning of the interviews, because these interviews will inspire a lot of people. Okay, for example, especially students taking up core engineering, because nowadays nobody is keen to study core engineering.
I understand why, but as I said, sir, there are tons of opportunities as soon as you walk outside.
Exactly.
And
I always say this, Vasant. I always say this, please believe in lack of skills, do not believe in lack of jobs. But youngsters nowadays believing only in lack of jobs, which, we cannot motivate those kids. Only when we start to think and move in the direction of lack of skills, all the doors open. Any few points about the lack of skills versus lack of jobs?
Sir, I can tell you what lack of skills can do. It can definitely demotivate you, create a lot of self-doubts in you, and put to a state that where you will feel, okay, I've done a big mistake by opting this or that. Rather than, going in that direction, I would say if we deep look into ourselves and understand, okay, why am I not able to do this? What was the expectation from the person who was hiring? What skills should I have had? These kind of questions could be asked openly to the interviewer. I have made it an habit that if I don't get into an interview, I write them on an email, understanding what kind of skill sets I should have had to crack that job. So that gives me an idea about the current market trend and what are the skill sets that I have to work around to make sure I get into a better role. That's how I have ended up into my current role, sir. It's like practice. It's like continuous practice. Every day you have to keep learning. Every day you have to keep learning. Even when the world is going through difficult times because of the war and there is economic crisis, shoot up of cost of living all across Europe, still there are so many jobs there.
Exactly.
Still
this is the same thing that I say.
Vasant,
I get a lot of questions, sir. Recession is going to come, it seems, sir. He told me this, he told me. Then I said, you keep talking about all those things. We never take any step to move forward. Recession, it's like, see, I'm not from a finance background. See, it's like a giant wheel. What goes up comes down. What comes down goes up. This is what I believe in. But for that, you just cannot keep waiting. You have to take steps and move forward, which is important.
Exactly. So even today, even right now, in the company which I have joined, where I'm going to start working,
which is the new company that you have joined? Sorry, which is the new company that you have joined? If you can share.
It's I don't know whether I can share, sir, because I've not started working with.
Then not a problem. Continue.
Yeah, so they still.
But you're as a project manager, correct? You're as a project manager.
Yes, sir. I work as a project manager.
Okay.
So, which still has 50 to 60 vacancies there, and they're actively hiring throughout the year. So if you have the right kind of skill sets, you can definitely crack into that company. And they are one of the highest paying companies in Czech Republic.
So some few words about the aspirants that are planning to study abroad. What you would like to say, especially as a successful student?
Sir, I would say that please be determined in completing your course. I think once you complete your course, you have a lot of advantage. You are open to the labor market. The Czech government sees you as a valuable asset to the government, because you become one of their white collar labor in the market and you are skilled here. So you will contribute a lot to their economy by paying taxes. So once you have your degree, the Czech government will treat you completely different, sir. Our visas are, once I go to a renewal, our visas are approved within 15 days. Within 15 days.
Fantastic. Not like students who are kicked out after their post-study work permit, right? Which is very sad.
Yeah, yes, which is very sad. And here you still get, if you graduate out, you get 9 months of stay back visa, where 9 months is more than enough for you to get into a entry level role in Czech Republic. So these are various things that helps you. But I have also noticed that a lot of students, as soon as they come here, they are driven by earning their part-time money. They get into some job. See, once you start making a certain amount of money, you slowly start forgetting the core reason why you came to Czech Republic, and they tend to. Yeah, if you want to make money, yes, there are ways to make money. I understand, people come with very bad financial backgrounds. Yes, but put your thoughts into getting into an internship. There are so many companies who offer internship even in your first year of your study. Try to get into the technical side of things. Help your professors in writing research papers. Work in warehouses where you learn how to work with the supply chain environment. There are certain jobs which will give you an exposure to the bigger goal that you're trying to achieve in your career, sir. Uh, I would say, be patient for the first couple of months. Take your time, understand your environment, and then take wise decisions which will help you go forward.
Yes. And I'm sure, I always tell youngsters, life is once. Travel, meet a lot of people, get exposed to a lot of new culture, and be the best in your subject, which will take you to places, which is the same our student Vasant is also doing. I'm sure by the time you are 30 years old, you would have visited a lot many more countries, which means equal amount of exposure.
Exactly, sir. See, I think traveling is one of the best things that I like to do apart from work. And the other thing which I do is playing cricket. We have a very big community here in Prague.
Wow.
We have close to 15 clubs here. And our Indian community is very big in Prague. You can do a lot of networking here.
One of our student is playing in one of these Czech Republic teams, I guess. Our student.
Yeah, there are a lot of students here. I am also one of your students. So I am also.
No, I mean, he's playing in the Czech team, I guess. Cricket team.
Yeah. I think yes, sir. There are a lot of the Czech team consists of. They have two teams actually. One is the main team, and the other is the you say the backup team or the B team when there are no availabilities, injuries. People go into that. This talent is picked from the local league. So the Czech cricket is developing, and we see it as an hobby. But even though it's a hobby, it becomes a part of our life, right? So in the summers, I look forward.
Yeah. Exactly. All the time, we cannot just keep studying or working all the time. We need to have a balance, actually.
So, as I told you, in India, if you're taken a vacation, people look at your vacation. Okay. Then they judge you. Here, people push you to take your vacation. By the end of the year, if I have not taken my 20 days off, my manager is behind me saying that, Vasan, go take your vacations. Please go out. Don't stay in the office.
This is why, Vasant, I encourage kids to pack their bags, go abroad at UG level itself at 17, 18 years.
My father was exactly saying this. I spent, close to 15 lakhs for you, whereas I spent half the amount, and then you graduated a master's. If I would have got this exposure of Europe Study Center, you could have happily gone to Czech Republic to do your bachelor's degree itself. So you would have, you know, it would have been a head start for me. See,
Yes.
I'm here. I'm 27 now. I'm here in
Yes.
this position. But if I don't know if I would have done my bachelor's here, I would have achieved this state at 25 or 24 probably. Last summer, my mother was here. She
Wow.
traveled first time in a plane, and that too
Wow.
directly to Europe. And I took her to
Super.
I think four countries, and she had a
Which
very
month?
good time.
Which month she came?
Sir,
Summer.
she came, yeah, she came during midsummer. She was
Midsummer.
here in the month of August, and then she
August.
left in the early November. So she was
Okay.
here for almost 80 days with me.
Wow.
So we traveled on road trips to Germany, then on to Austria, then we visited Czech Republic in and out, all to all the major cities. So it was a very nice memory, sir. It was one of my dreams come true moment. As I told you, Europe Study Center has played a very crucial role in where I am, even if it's
Thank you.
just showing the path. I would say they have shown me the right path. So with all the trust and also there comes my efforts, but to show the right path is also see as a graduate coming out of the bachelor's university, I didn't have much of an exposure. I had to go by your words or by your recommendations. So at that point, because decisions are taken by data, I believe in data driven decision making. So only when you have the exposure to data, you make certain set of decisions.
Yes.
And I think that's what Euro Study Center does, guiding the students based on the data, based on their feedback from their passed out students, making such kind of efforts to make sure they speak to each and every student to understand what is the current situation, how we are doing. I think this is the effort that you are setting example in your um, you're setting very high standards in your industry, sir. I would say.
So,
Yeah.
lastly, any few words for the future aspirants planning to study in Europe or in Czech Republic?
Sir, I would say anybody who is aspiring to move to Europe, I think do not think twice. You get a best exposure. There are very high standards of living here. You can feel the difference here. You can always relocate. I also have ambitions of relocating back to India to be with my parents. But
Nothing wrong, right?
that's
No
after.
problem in
Yeah,
coming back to our country. Yes.
that's I'm always proud about my country, sir. I'm
Yes,
always
of
proud
course.
about where
That
I'm
is
from.
always there. That
So
is, I only say study in Europe. Okay. After that, you never know where your life is taking to. Whether you work in India or in Vietnam or in Norway, you never know. Yes.
exactly, sir. So get that exposure, and then if you want to relocate, you can relocate. But one thing which I say is there's only one life, and there's only not everybody gets this chance. When you have this platform, I think just do not think twice. Go ahead and take this as a challenge. Explore. This will open a new vertical to your life where you will learn a lot of beautiful things, and then you can make your own decisions as life moves on.
Wonderful. Excellent. Once again, personal thanks from my side as well as my team at Europe Study Center in taking time out of your schedule, expressing all your points, views, inputs, feedbacks, because I'm sure this video is going to guide to all the students who are looking out for what it takes to study in Europe and what do I get by studying in Europe. Wonderful. Thank you so much,
Thank you so much,
Vasant,
sir.
for your time. And
It was
yes,
pleasure. It's my pleasure talking to you, sir. I hope this helps the future aspirants
sure.
who are coming from the various part of our state.
Sure. Thank you so much, Vasant.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Soon we will meet in Prague for a coffee. We will meet soon. Okay.
Definitely, sir. Please let me know. I would be more than happy. Thank you so
100%,
much, sir.
100%.
Thank
Next
you,
year.
sir.
Sure.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Sure.
Thank you.
Have a lovely evening, sir. Bye.
Bye bye. You too. Bye bye.